YouTube. How y'all doing today? As always, is Unphased here, back with a video for y'all. In the background, as you can see, is some NBA 2K21 gameplay from the demo. In today's video, I'm here to bring y'all 3 of what I think is the best guard builds you could possibly make. So for the first guard build, we gonna be making a play shot with the yellow and green pie chart, but we're gonna focus more offensively in terms of shooting and creating space. So defense and finishing, those are not priorities. So if you wonder why I'm upgrading certain things, that is why. But if you just want to be like a pure scorer and basically like just fasten everybody on the court, this is the guard build that you would go with. Before I continue with today's video, I just want to say, I know it's a long one, so in the description or either as a pinned comment, I'm gonna have timestamps for each build and what badges are what, so that you're gonna know which one is which. But yeah, as you can see in the background, I'm just upgrading the play shot. Badges, I think at the end, or yeah, I think it stays like this: 3 finishing, 25 shooting, 21 playmaking, and 1 defense. But yeah, now moving on to the size. It don't really matter what size you put for the build, because I don't really think they matter, but maybe they do, maybe they don't. In past 2Ks, I don't really think it mattered. For height, I went with 6'4", because I feel like if you're making a point guard, 6'4" is the perfect height, because you're not too short, but you're a decent enough height. I went with the lowest weight. I went with the lowest weight because you want the max speed in your guard. For this type of build, you want to be fast, you want to be able to move around the court, you want to be a decently high speed, you want to be pretty high because you want to be moving around quick and just getting shots up fast. For the wingspan, I lowered it all the way so that you could get a 90, at least, well, not all the way, but I lowered it down enough so you can at least get that 93 pointer and be at a higher threshold, because normally when you have when you're at the 5 or at a 0, it's like a new threshold. For takeover, I know it's 4 options, but this time I went with sharpshooting. Last year I had shot creating, but fade seemed to be nerfed, so this time it's time to go with sharp take. But yeah, that's it for the first build, playmaking shot creator. And now we're gonna get into the badges too for this build. For the badges now, finishing, I just went with gold giant slayer because you're a point guard, you don't need contact finish or nothing. If anything, if not giant slayer, maybe put a bronze pro touch, a bronze 22 footwork, but I just went with gold giant slayer because you're gonna be guarding people, you're gonna be facing people more than likely taller than you. For the 1 defense, as a guard, clamps is probably your best badge, so nothing else really matters. Playmaking, I focus more on badges that's gonna help you ISO and dribble past your defender, because this build is not you could play kind of spot up, but the purpose of this build is to be an ISOer and things like that. That's why I went with quick first step Hall of Fame, ankle breaker Hall of Fame, hand for days gold, full journal. You could use that, or you could take it off, because I like to use flash passer instead sometimes. But yeah, you could put that Hall of Fame for the boost for your teammate, bronze space creator, because you want to create space if you're gonna ISO. And yeah, granted, you could change the badges around for how you want it, but now 25 shooting, you can do a lot with this, because realistically you don't even need 25 since quick draw is no longer a badge. But these are the ones I used. I put ring extender Hall of Fame, because you're gonna need that. Groove machine Hall of Fame without a doubt. Deadeye and Hands on Hunter. Those are the 4 that you definitely need. Catch and shoot Hall of Fame, I put it for if you're playing like a rec or something, or maybe if you're playing 3s and you just get the ball, easily catch and shoot it. Difficult shots, hopefully fades work this year. And clutch shooter for, if it comes down to the wire and they need somebody to hit that clutch shot, that's you. You got that. But yeah, that's it for the first build. Alright, now for the second build, I skipped the pie chart and the skill breakdown because it's the same pie chart as the first one, the yellow and the yellow and green one, and it's the same skill breakdown too, the fastest one, but the way how you build it is slightly different. As you can see, you don't have a close shot, and basically all your defensive stats is upgraded, as well as you don't really have a free throw, right? But that's all for a reason, because as you can see at the bottom, yes, you have 8 less shooting badges, but now you got 9 more defensive badges. So now you have 10 defensive badges as a play shot, so you won't be a liability on defense. Continuing on with this second build, right? Also, before I get to the end of this build, I just want to give credit to Steezo, because Steezo's the first person that I've seen with this build. So I just want to give credit to him. But yeah, height, same height, 6'4". The wingspan, the weight, lower the weight again because you want to get as much speed as possible. Now here's what's important, the wingspan. Now, the first one we lowered down the wingspan to get to 93, but the 3-pointer. But with this one, you want to put the wingspan to approximately 82.4 inches. And if you look at the next screen, now you can get a lock takeover. Yes, a lock takeover on a Hall of Fame shooting and Hall of Fame playmaking build. This build can literally be the best tools build, because not only would you be able to ISO, but if you lose the ball, you also be able to play defense, and you won't be as much of a liability as the first one. That's why I chose to include this build in the video, and credits to Steezo for finding it. But moving on into the badges, right? As always, the badges is for whoever wants the badges. Whatever badges you want, you put that on. Finishing, of course, I personally like Giant Slayer because you're going to be going up against taller guards more than likely, so I put Giant Slayer. Now shooting badges, you're going to want the main 4. Range Extender, Green Machine, I think EA Hot Zone Hunter, and Deadeye. Now granted, you could switch around what you want gold, what you want Hall of Fame, but personally I think I'm probably going with this setup. I'm probably gonna have Range Extender, Green Machine, and Hot Zone Hunter Hall of Fame with a gold Deadeye and a gold catch and shoot more than likely. But as you see, I was just changing around the badges just to see, what maybe I was thinking of running. But in the end, I think it's a pretty clear setup for what I would personally use. As I said before, since now jump shot speed is going to be back inside with the jump shot creator, you're not going to have to spend an extra 3 or 4 badge upgrades on quick draw, which is nice. Now playmaking, you have 2 more playmaking than the first one, right? So we're going with the same badges: ankle breaker, quick first step, tight handles. I leave unpuckable bronze because last year it didn't work, so, and this is pretty similar to 20, so if it's not going to work there, it's probably not going to work here. But yeah, the playmaking badges that I ran for this build is pretty much the same. Going for badges that's going to help you ISO and just break your ankles and get past your defender. Now, the good part that the last build was lacking is defense. You get 10 defensive badges now. Personally, what I think a guard should have is Hall of Fame. Not Hall of Fame, sorry. Gold clamps and gold intimidator. You could put a gold rim protector and a bronze chase on this if you want to get the animations, but I'm probably going to run a gold pickpocket and bronze pick dodger. On to the third and final build of this video for point guards. This one's different. This one is defending and playmaking. Now, your shot won't be as consistent as the first one, but now you have Hall of Fame defensive badges, as well as Hall of Fame playmaking, of course. So you still be faster than your opponent, and you still be able to actually score. Because Mike Wang said you need at least a 70 or like low to mid 70s to shoot, but you know, we don't really know how true that is because they say that every year. So you may still be able to shoot and score inside the paint effectively with this build, as you have a high 70s driving dunk and a mid 80s layup. So in the paint, you're still going to be scoring on guards, and even if you lose the ball, you still have enough badges and enough defense, so you know you're going to get the ball back either way. It don't really matter what you do. And you know, 7 shooting badges, alright, that's not terrible. But you get 20 play. That's you know, it's low, but it's not bad. You know, but you at least get 20 defense, 20 playmaking, 8 finishing, and 7 shooting. And at the end, I'm gonna show you what badge you should set up so you can shoot and score in the paint effectively on this build. Now, here I'm just fine tuning, you know, the attribute points just to see what if I can get more here or more there. And at the end of the day, you know, you can still fine tune it yourself if you want to, but this is personally what I use. For the height, I kept him 6'4" because for some reason, for me, I feel like 6'4" is the perfect guard height. If you just want to be fast and ISO, you know, that's why I keep guards at 6'4". Weight, for this one, I mean, you could go lower. You don't really have to go too low because as long as you get the 90 speed and acceleration, you're fine. But if you want to go lowest weight for the like max possible speed, then you can. But yeah, wingspan, I was playing around with this a little bit. I wanted to go max, but I didn't go max because I felt like it would drop 3.2 low. So I went a little bit above. I went like probably 2 above the normal wingspan or 1 below max. But yeah, now for takeovers, obviously, you know, rock and playmaking, but you also get slashing and shot creating. For me, for this one, I think I want playmaking, but after looking back at it, I might have chose lock. Just because the playmaking take last year was so hard to get ankle breakers or really do anything with it. So, if you're planning on playing twos, I would probably recommend the lock take. But as you can see, this builds a two-way slashing playmaker. Just can't really get contact dunks. But what I've seen so far in the game, you can still finish really well. You don't necessarily need contact dunks, but they are. If you do want contact dunks, I could try to make another build for y'all with contact dunks and, you know, playmaking. But if y'all want that, let me know and leave a comment below. Now for badges, with 8 finishing, I want Giant Slayer, contact finisher. You could use that too, or and then like a bronze fancy footwork. But I said, you know, maybe I'll go with gold slippery and put contact on bronze, since you're not gonna get, you know, contact dunk animations. But yeah, for shooting, since you only get 7, I want ring extender gold and hot zone hunter gold, and then catch and shoot bronze, because, or you can use green machine depending on what you want, because you're gonna need ring extender regardless. Hot zones, you're gonna definitely need that because you don't have as much shooting attributes and you don't have as much shooting badges. So yeah, I'll probably switch between catch and shoot and green machine though. Granted, this is a demo after all, so maybe a little bit different setup in the full game. But yeah, playmaking badges, you know, for most of my guard builds, it's just going to be the similar badges, because I'm looking for badges that's going to make my character fast and help me ISO better. Now, I put downhill gold, or maybe you could take it off if you want to. If you just want to be fast on fast break, like if you're playing Wreck or something, that's why I have downhill there. You know, pluckable bronze as always, because we still don't know if that's going to work, but hopefully it does. Now, for defense, I kind of sped it up real quick, but yeah, you could just pause it real quick and see. I put clamps, intimidator, and pickpocket hall of fame, and then bronze interceptor, chase down artist, and pick dodger. You could change those around how y'all want to, that's just what I want to use. But yeah, that's the top 3 guard builds that I think for right now in the 2K21 demo. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.